Well, as you saw in the keynote this morning, there are a lot of people using Atlassian software. We have over 30,000 commercial customers now. But that represents hundreds of thousands of teams and millions of developers all over the world. And they buy Atlassian tools for a host of different reasons. Some folks buy Atlassian tools to make their development process a little more predictable, or to get their team sharing content, or collaborating in real time in one place, or to store their source code and keep their code quality high. But whatever reason you bought Atlassian software, there's something else that you got when you opened the box. And that is the incredibly powerful and flexible Atlassian platform. We've always believed that you should be able to customize our tools to the way that you want to work. That's why Jira is so configurable. It's why you get the product source code when you buy a license to an Atlassian product. And it's why we've made our products so extendable through plugins and add-ons. This extensibility has led us to an unmatched ecosystem. And our ecosystem is made up of developers just like you. You make our products do amazing things. Some for your own purposes. You just want to make your own team a little bit better. But others have built add-ons that are used by millions of our customers all around the world. In fact, if you're looking to improve the way that software development gets done, there is no better place to build than the Atlassian platform. We never stop improving that platform. And today, we're going to look at 3 areas where we've been hard at work this year. We're going to look at the Atlassian Marketplace. We're going to look at some new features that have come into the products that developers can use. And then we're going to end with the Atlassian ecosystem in OnDemand. But let's start with a look back at the Atlassian Marketplace. It was just over a year ago at Summit last year on this stage when we introduced the Atlassian Marketplace to the public. And we had an amazing first year. We've succeeded beyond our wildest expectations. Last year, there were 59 add-ons at launch. Today, there are more than 300 that you can buy directly from Atlassian, both familiar ones and brand new ones. These represent over 150 individual companies who are selling their wares through our marketplace. And you can purchase them all directly from us on one invoice right alongside your Atlassian product. The response to this has been mind-blowing. There have been over 150,000 add-ons downloaded and installed since the beginning of the marketplace. And at Summit last year, only a tiny fraction of Atlassian's customers were actually using a paid add-on. Today, more than 30% of all instances, this isn't customers, this is individual Jira and Confluence and Stash installations, 30% have at least one paid add-on installed. So this shows me just how valuable the Atlassian platform is, that over 30% of our customers have found an add-on that can help their business, and they're using it today. But here's the stat that I'm most proud of. Since the beginning of Marketplace last year, we have paid over $10 million to developers just like you. The Atlassian platform can take a great idea and turn it into a thriving business. And really, that's our mission. We want to grow businesses in our ecosystem. We want a huge variety of software that is built on and around Atlassian tools. And we want to make developers just like you. Many of you are in the audience or you're in the ecosystem lounge out there. We want to make you successful. So let me start, and I want to show you 3 great up-and-coming add-ons that have joined the marketplace this year. These are 3 of my favorites that I have seen. And the first is called Folio. Folio is portfolio management for Jira. Now, if you work on a small development team, say maybe a dozen people or so, you might be asking yourself, what in the world is portfolio management? But if you work in a large company with hundreds or thousands of developers spread across dozens of teams, then what you're saying is probably, thank goodness, I've been waiting for this. Lots of people have asked us for this feature over the years, and I'm thrilled that Folio has stepped in with a great solution. Folio lets you budget, plan, track, forecast, and report on the actual cost of your projects, big and small. It uses a technique called earned value management, and it helps you connect all of the work that you do in Jira every day to real resources, dates, and dollars. Folio helps you measure the variance of your projects as they move on day to day. You can see, are you on budget? Are you on time? Are you on schedule? And it lets you know what's going on across a huge number of people and teams. It's a fantastic solution to a really hard problem. So if you're in an organization like this and you think that you could use this level of tracking and accountability and just visualization of what's going on in your organization, go right out there and check out Folio. Let them demo it for you. It's a fantastic tool. My second favorite one this year is called Ink File Picker. Ink lets you include documents from almost any cloud service directly into Jira and Confluence. It doesn't matter where you've stored them. It could be Box or Dropbox or Google Drive or SkyDrive or Facebook or Alfresco or Gmail or anything that you could think of. Ink File Picker puts all of those documents directly into Jira or Confluence. And of course, you know when you're dealing with cloud content, they often change. Other people update them, you add new versions, you make revisions. With Ink File Picker, the most recent version of that document is always linked, so you always have the in-sync, up-to-date copy in Jira or Confluence. Anywhere you have a file, Ink puts it right at your fingertips. And the third one I want to make sure that you guys have seen is called Arsenal Data Plane. It is the Jira reporting tool that you always wanted. There's a ton of useful information that is trapped inside your Jira database. And if you're a developer, you've always been able to write a report to visualize some of that stuff, but you had to write an add-on to do it. And in many cases, that was too big a barrier for some people to go through. So, when I go out in the field and I look at Jira instances, I often see the same 10 reports that we ship with and no other ones. But I know that everyone has super custom reporting needs, and those needs aren't being met. So Arsenal Data Plane has solved that problem. It gives you dozens of beautiful reports and visualizations to unlock the data that is stored inside your Jira. And of course, you can create your own right in the Jira UI using point and click. It's an incredibly powerful add-on because it makes the things that you do every day in Jira, makes them more valuable. And if you work with a dev team of any size, you should check this out. So as you can see, the developers in our ecosystem have been hard at work this year, building these amazing add-ons. But we've been hard at work too, building a better store. And so I'll start by showing you how we've made it easier to try new add-ons with easy in-product evaluations. Here's a super quick video. Now you can see someone browsing the UPM. They find an add-on that they want to try, Easy BI. The add-on is automatically downloaded and installed. And then we ask you to log in with your Atlassian ID. So Dave is going to type in his password here, hit login, and then we'll instantly fetch the license that you need to start your trial. And that's it. You're ready to go. Get started. So fast, right? But notice what you didn't see. You never had to leave Jira. You never went to another website. You never saw a shopping cart. It just installed and was ready to go. We didn't break your flow. So these in-product evaluations have made it super easy to try new add-ons. And we're going to be extending that functionality in the future to other types of behavior, bringing more inside the product for you to do. But how do you find new add-ons to try? And when you find them, how do you know that they come from someone that you can trust? Well, this fall, we'll be introducing a new program called Atlassian Verified. Atlassian Verified add-ons will get a deeper look from the team at Atlassian. We'll look at the track record of the vendor and the add-on in our ecosystem over time. Specifically, we're going to look at marketplace traction. So basically, that means the completeness of information that they provide and social signals like ratings and reviews. We'll look at their reliability. Can they stay up to date and in sync with all the product releases that come out from Atlassian every week? And third, we'll look at the quality of support. Can the developer provide legendary support? Atlassian Verified is available for paid via Atlassian add-ons only. But for developers, this is a chance to stand out from the crowd and let your hard work and thorough support shine. For admins, this is a way to find the very best add-ons with the most helpful and the most responsive developers. There's still a few exact details that we're figuring out, but if you're a developer, you can apply today. Go to marketplace.atlassian.com/getverified, And we'll ask you to fill out a short form, and then we'll be in touch to finalize the program over the coming weeks. If you're an admin or a user, look for the Atlassian Verified logo coming to the marketplace this fall. But that's not all. We wanted to give you another reason to try out a new add-on. And we're doing it by providing marketplace discounts. From the very introduction of the marketplace a year ago, this is something that both customers and developers have asked for repeatedly, and I'm so happy that I can introduce it today. Discounts are great for developers because they're another tool to help you grow your business. And of course, they're great for admins because you get a great deal on a great new functionality. We hope it will encourage you to try something new. These discounts are incredibly flexible. They can be single use, something that you might give to a partner or a friend. They can be time-based, so if you want to run a back-to-school sale, for example. Quantity-based, you can say, the first 10 people to respond to this tweet and use this code get 20% off. Or they can be bundles. So if a customer buys add-on A and add-on B at the same time, they might get 50% off. It's an amazing new tool to help promote your new products and the add-ons that you build. And they're super easy for customers as well. All they need is a URL. You enter a URL like this, promo.atlassian.com/code, and we will drop you directly into the shopping cart with the correct add-on selected, the discount applied, and the price visible right there. Could not be easier. So you can put it in your marketing material, you can tweet it, put it on your website, put it on brochures. Easy as pie. Marketplace discounts are available today. You can go to marketplace.atlassian.com, go to your vendor homepage, and you can start creating them now. Now lastly, I want to show you a whole new way to look at add-ons in a brand new marketplace. We've completely overhauled the Atlassian Marketplace to be more useful, more reliable, more readable, and more beautiful. We'll start looking at an add-on listing. We learned that most visitors come straight to one of these pages, either from Google or from a search or from a link that they got from some other website or an email. And we noticed that it wasn't always easy for them to tell exactly what they were looking at. You couldn't tell what an add-on did just from the title. So we added a new tagline to get straight to the point, a single sentence that describes what your add-on does and why it's good for the customer. We also know that first impressions are super important, and the very first thing people looked for was screenshots. So we put the 3 most important screenshots front and center. And we let you describe them with 3 highlighted features, so you can put your best foot forward. We show pricing just like www.atlassian.com does, so customers see something familiar. And we made sure that all the information that you would need to make a buying decision is right here on this page. Reviews, details, installation instructions, pricing, FAQ, it's all right here. Excuse me. But we didn't stop there. We also completely rethought the homepage. And again, we looked at user behavior over the last year to drive this. We found that people didn't always understand what they were looking at when they landed on the homepage. So we added this new banner and a tagline to tell them exactly what the marketplace would do for them. We found that a ton of people went directly to search, so we put that next, larger than it has been in the past. And we also know that visitors usually would look for a particular product, Jira, Confluence, and so that was the third thing that we added to the topic page. You choose those boxes, and everything else below it will filter to show you just the highlighted add-ons for the product that you care about. We think this is a huge step forward, and should be much easier and more successful in turning these visitors into customers. We've had an amazing first year in the Atlassian Marketplace. There are now 300 add-ons available for purchase. We've paid out more than $10 million to developers, and we've built an amazing platform to grow your business. Year 2 will be even better, with the introduction of the Atlassian Verified program, discounts and promotions, and a beautiful new marketplace. So the ecosystem team, the team that I work with, has been hard at work on these things all year long. But all of our product developers across all of our many teams have been hard at work as well. The Atlassian products are a powerful platform. And in fact, we use that platform ourselves every day. You saw in the keynote today, Jira Service Desk and Confluence Questions. These are two brand new add-ons built on the same platform that you guys can use. And you look at the history of Jira Agile and Bonfire that have grown into million-dollar businesses on the back of the Atlassian platform. They're all proof that you can build a really valuable business with these tools. And developers across our company are continually expanding those capabilities. And we share all of those enhancements with you. Let's start by looking at Confluence. In 2013, Confluence saw the most important change it has seen in a very long time. And that was the introduction of Confluence Blueprints. Confluence Blueprints are meant to solve the blank page problem. They are repeatable, packaged best practices that help users understand what they can create, they show them how to create it, and then they keep it organized for them. We shipped this in Confluence 5.1 in the spring. And when we shipped, we offered 3 blueprints: meeting notes, product specs, and file lists. Since then, we've also added decisions and shared links. Those are the ones that come out of the box. But that's not the only place you can get blueprints. You can also get them from the Marketplace. And there are lots of add-ons that have added blueprint functionality. For example, you can get task boards and polls and strategy canvases. And if you're a developer building a Confluence add-on, there's no better way to show the user what they can do with your powerful new add-on than to make a blueprint that demonstrates it for them. So, for example, diagrams or surveys, things like that. You can put those directly in the Create dialog to help the user understand what Confluence is capable of. So, and best of all, if you're an internal developer, you can build your own. So if there's some process that your company does over and over, and you want to make sure that it happens the same way every time, you can build a blueprint for it. A simple example is a retrospective. Let's say that you want to run a retrospective every time there's a serious problem with your website, and you want to use the 5 whys technique. You can simply encode that into a blueprint. And every time someone goes to create a new page, they can create a retrospective page that has all the information that you want them to fill out. I could think of dozens of things across your many companies that could benefit from this kind of behavior. It's a great adoption tool for Confluence. So as I said, blueprints are a great way to attack the blank page problem. But when people start with Confluence, they often have a blank space problem. So with Confluence 5.3 today, we introduced Confluence Space Blueprints. As great as page blueprints have been, we wanted to give you the same functionality for spaces. You can create a predefined, pre-structured space that includes all the pages, data, hierarchy, and macros that you'll need to suit your use case. It's great for spinning up new projects and teams. And in fact, that's the very first space blueprint we're providing. It's a team space. So in Confluence 5.3, when you go to create a space, you'll be offered the chance to spin one up for a new team. Now, if you want to learn more, there's a talk tomorrow at 11:15 right here on the stage where Niraj from the Confluence team will tell you everything you need to know about getting started with blueprints. Last year, we added another indispensable tool to our collaboration tool belt, and that's HipChat. If you're not using HipChat already, then you absolutely should be. It is the best group chat tool that has ever been invented. And I know that's saying a lot because there are, 20 years worth of bad group chat tools that we've all had to suffer through. I feel like I've tried every single one over the years. But HipChat gets everything right. And one of the things that it gets right is integrations. Starting today, HipChat integrations are coming to the Marketplace. They've radically expanded their API, and they've now made it possible to list HipChat add-ons in Atlassian Marketplace. And of course, this story wouldn't be complete unless you could find those same add-ons inside HipChat. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., Don Brown, again on the stage, will be talking about what you can do with HipChat integrations, all the power that they built into that API, how you can use them as a hacker just to get something quick done, how you can build something for your company that's a little more stable, or how you could actually build a full-fledged add-on that you might want to sell on the Marketplace someday. You can do all of those things. So come tomorrow at 9 a.m., and Don Brown will explain it all. Next up, let's look at Stash. Stash is one of our newest products, and it provides enterprise-grade Git repository hosting in your data center. When we built Stash, we took all of the things that we learned about building the Atlassian platform over the last 10 years and rolled it into Stash. In fact, almost all of the Stash functionality that you see is provided by add-ons. So it's a great place to be an add-on developer. Not only is there a ton of greenfield opportunity in this new product, but it is the best add-on development experience of any of our products. And that's let the Stash team move incredibly fast. If you're a Stash customer, you know that they put out a new release about every 4 weeks. So I'm just going to talk about one of the things that they added this year, but one of the most powerful new plugin points, and that's repository hooks. Repository hooks let you specify behaviors for your repository to control and respond to what comes in. Every time the repository sees a new push, you can do one of 3 things. You can do a pre-receive check. Basically, this lets you examine the code coming in and make sure it meets your criteria. For example, does it have a Jira issue key attached? You can do a merge check to make sure that the person who is merging to master actually has permission to do so. And you can do a post-receive hook that lets you follow up on successful pushes. You can send a notification or kick off a build or run a test. This gives you unprecedented control over your repository and can lead to an amazingly powerful workflow in your development, your development system. That's a quick tour of 3 new things in our products this year. But I feel like I have to mention one more powerful tool that we added to our tool belt that stretches across every product Atlassian makes. And those are the Atlassian design guidelines. We introduced these at Atlas Camp last year. And in the year since, these are now in use across every Atlassian web product and dozens of add-ons. The design guidelines make add-ons a harmonious part of Jira or Confluence or whatever product they are hosted in. It gives users a better and more consistent experience. And for developers, the Atlassian design guidelines and the Atlassian user interface library gives you a huge head start on building a great UI. And that's not just for commercial developers either. If you're building something internally for your own company to use, it will be more successful, it will be more easily understood and better adopted if it is harmonious with Jira or Confluence or whatever product you're building it for. So you can use these things too. There's a simple collection of JavaScript and CSS that you can download and use in any app that you want, either an add-on that runs inside Jira or a website that you build to run alongside Jira. So that's a year of new capabilities on the Atlassian platform. Confluence page and space blueprints solve the blank page problem. Stash repository hooks give you unprecedented control over your Git repository. HipChat add-ons are coming to the Atlassian Marketplace. And the Atlassian design guidelines transformed Atlassian's products and our ecosystem. So that's what we've been up to over the last year. But we're going to look ahead to a huge change in the Atlassian ecosystem that's coming in the next year. We're going to look forward to Atlassian Connect. Now, you may be aware that up until now, we've only allowed a small subset of add-ons to run in OnDemand. And the ones that we have worked with, it's taken an enormous amount of effort from both us and our partners to make that happen. OnDemand moves forward very quickly, and add-ons move forward very quickly. And when they are tightly coupled together as they are today, it means tons of effort for us and the vendors who supply them. And we realized, after a couple of years of doing this, that that effort is not scalable. It works OK for 12 add-ons, but it'll never work for 1,000. The coupling was not good. So this year at Atlas Camp, we introduced Atlassian Connect, a new way to write add-ons for OnDemand. Connect add-ons are fundamentally different from the plugins, the plugins to plugins that you may be used to writing, because they don't run in process inside Jira or Confluence. In fact, they're fully separate web apps, either a brand new one that you write for this purpose, or an existing web app that you might want to integrate with Jira or Confluence. Connect is a modern web framework. Every bit of communication that happens between Connect and the host product happens over HTTPS. There are 3 basic things that you can do with the Connect add-on. You can drive the product via the REST API, so that's web-based. You can receive notifications via webhooks, again, HTTP. And then you can inject your content into the UI using iframes. That all happens at the browser. So these 3 simple things, though, can add up to some amazing functionality. We've opened up our products. Almost everywhere that you could add content in the plugins 2 world, you can do so in OnDemand, or in Atlassian Connect, I'm sorry. But crucially, everything is sandboxed. The Atlassian Connect add-on is running in an iframe. So we can change our pages without fear of breaking your add-on, and you can upgrade your add-on anytime you want without worrying about breaking the Jira page or rendering Jira non-functional. We can even change fundamental libraries like jQuery without risking your add-on. And you, as a developer, you can use the very latest technology. You don't have to wait on us to upgrade something. If you want the latest version of jQuery or the Atlassian Design Guidelines or AUI, you can include them yourself. It's amazingly flexible. But Connect gives you a whole new kind of flexibility as well. And that's the flexibility to bring your own stack. Because we're doing all the integration with standard web technologies, you can write your Connect add-on in any language, framework, or platform that you want. You're no longer tied to our technology stack or the choices that we've made over the last 10 years. It's incredibly powerful, as our beta partners can attest. Marc-Andre said, "The most beautiful thing about developing with Atlassian Connect is that it gives you freedom in technology choices. You pick the frameworks that you like." Since Atlas Camp just a few months ago, we added fully custom dialogues, we added a new iframe to iframe communication bus, web panels and web items, tons of bug fixes, and we're now deploying to OnDemand weekly or better. But best of all, today, there are 5 new Connect add-ons that are available for your on-demand instances in the marketplace. Kamalatek's Canvas, EasyBI, Business Intelligence for Jira, Who's Looking, which lets you see other people who are viewing a Jira issue at the same time you are. Numbered Headings, which is perhaps the most popular Confluence add-on that's ever been written. And a brand new add-on called Pathfinder that visualizes links between Jira issues. This was built by the original authors of Green Hopper. And there are more coming from Harvest and User Voice and Ink and TestRail. Our beta partners love Atlassian Connect. Tomash said, "Developing Atlassian Connect add-ons is as easy as on-premises add-ons, and it opens the doors to Atlassian OnDemand." Let's take a quick look at one of these partners, one of our beta partners, Kamalatek's Canvas. It's an incredibly slick add-on. Here's a quick video. It lets you create different kinds of canvases right inside your Confluence page. So a strategy canvas or a roadmap canvas or a SWOT analysis. It's incredibly rich. The interaction model is amazing. This is one of the most sophisticated add-ons that I've ever seen. And this is built entirely with Atlassian Connect. They can use the very latest stuff to build this kind of interaction. You can, of course, design your own canvases. And everything looks beautiful because they've imported their own version of the Atlassian user interface library. And, of course, brought their own amazing design style on top of that. It's all customizable, and it shows up right in a Confluence page. This is all done with Atlassian Connect. You can see the amazing things that Roberto and his team were able to do. And I think this shows that you can build rich, powerful, valuable applications with Atlassian Connect. And our capabilities are only expanding. The best news is that every developer who uses Atlassian OnDemand can do the same thing. You can hook up any system or app or service that your company or your team relies on straight into your Jira or Confluence instance in OnDemand. Now, if you're a developer who works with the behind-the-firewall instance mostly, you take this for granted. You could always do this. But this is brand new for OnDemand. We've never given you this capability before. But with this new technology, we know that we can open these doors in a safe, secure, and scalable way. We built a feature called private listings that makes this possible. Basically, any developer can go to the Atlassian Marketplace. They can list an add-on privately, and they'll get a URL. They can use that URL to install it in the UPM, and no one else will see it but them. Let me give you a quick example of one that we've built for ourselves. If you've ever used SAC, you're probably familiar with Hercules. He's our support robot, and he scans every ticket that comes into SAC looking for common problems. Anytime he finds a problem, he leaves a comment with a pointer to a solution faster than a human ever could. He also scans all the attachments that come in with those issues, like log files. Now, as you can imagine, we get a lot of support tickets and we get a lot of log files. And sometimes those log files are huge. In fact, they're so huge that parsing them sometimes grinds Jira to a halt. So we solved that problem. We rewrote Hercules in Atlassian Connect. Hercules is now running outside of the Jira process as its own web app, which means that no matter how bogged down it might get, support.atlassian.com stays rock solid. And we're hosting Hercules on Heroku. And we use Heroku's dynamic scaling to scale the number of instances up and down, depending on how many issues are coming in, which means that we can parse an unlimited number of log files and handle as many customers as we would need to, all the while SAC keeps humming along. This is just one example of how we're using Atlassian Connect internally, but it's another example of how we're feeding back into the platform to make things better for you guys. You can find out more about Atlassian Connect. We're in beta now, and we encourage you to start experimenting. There's a talk today at 4 p.m. right here from Seb Ruiz, who will tell you everything you need to know in more technical detail about Atlassian Connect. You can go to the docs at connect.atlassian.com, and we'll be running lab weeks for commercial vendors. You can go to this URL and apply. We'll run two, one in Sydney and one in Amsterdam. The Sydney one will be technically focused. The Amsterdam one will be business focused. But we'll take a select number of vendors to each of these events. And if they're successful, as I'm sure they will be, we'll be running more in the coming months. You can apply at this URL. Atlassian Connect is bringing new add-ons to OnDemand in a safe and secure and scalable way. There are 5 available now, and there are more coming soon. You can get involved with the beta program today. This year has brought some of the most exciting developments in the Atlassian ecosystem that I've ever seen. We started the year by introducing a brand new marketplace. It's already made over $10 million for developers like you, and it shows no signs of slowing down. We're launching a beautiful new iteration of that marketplace today to help make it even easier to discover, try, and buy add-ons. We've continued to add amazing capabilities to the products, like blueprints, that everyone can use. And commercial devs are getting great new tools like Atlassian Verified and Marketplace Discount. And we're finally bringing add-ons to OnDemand with Atlassian Connect, an amazing new technology that lets you build an add-on in any platform or language that you want. You know, I think the Atlassian platform is an amazing opportunity for every developer who works with these tools. Whether you want to install a new add-on to make your Jira more powerful, or build an add-on to customize Confluence to suit your team's needs, or whether you've got the idea that can change the way software developers work. As I said at the top, there's no better way to advance the art of software development than to build on the Atlassian platform. There are millions of software developers all around the world waiting to see what you create. So go build something amazing. Thank you.
Okay, so we have time for 1 to 2. Here we go.
What is the difference between looking at add-ons in my.atlassian.com and looking at add-ons in marketplace.atlassian.com?
So Marketplace is essentially our storefront. It's where you go to find everything that you can buy. When you go to my.atlassian.com, these are the things that you have already bought. It's like your account page.
Question. The Atlassian design guidelines, is that kind of like an alternative to Bootstrap?
It is exactly an alternative to Bootstrap, but it's customized, obviously, for the Atlassian look and feel. And we add to it all the time. They're new. There's some components that are a little more sophisticated than what Bootstrap provides, like things like user pickers and whatnot. And we're building that out week by week.
Yep, and if you're interested in the Atlassian design guidelines, stay there. There's a session coming up in 5 minutes.
Hi there. Yeah, is the Connect technology, is that going to be moving forward? You keep saying it's for on-demand, but is that also for installed instances as well?
So we are targeting on-demand first, but yes, our vision is that this eventually rolls out to all instances, on-demand and behind the firewall. Our hope is that eventually developers will be able to write a Connect add-on and target almost all of our customers using Atlassian Connect.
Is there any time frame on that?
Sometime in 2014.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks,
Thank you guys
everyone.
all.
Thank you, Jonathan. And next session.